Here we are in the main classroom of the Animation Academy in Burbank, California. Our Wall of Fame. The Wall of Fame is a small exhibit that we have here of the artwork that former students have done. This right here is the artwork of John Nevadez. He's an extremely talented and tremendously gifted artist, great artist. This is the work of Walter Gaddis. He eventually started working on The Amazing Spider-Man and Transformers and all sorts of different shows. He became a great character designer in the TV industry. This is Serapio Com, and Serapio is a character designer in the TV industry as well. This was the show he was working on for Disney TV animation. It's called Fish Hooks. Thomas Perkins, man, talking about a brilliant artist. He went on to become a great talent in animation. Many times we would have students coming to us from different areas in the United States, and they were almost kind of using the Animation Academy as a halfway house for connecting with the industry while they're taking classes here. And this is the work of an artist named Tim Szabo, who came here from Minneapolis, Minnesota. An amazing artist, and he went on to great prominence in the animation industry as well. This is the work of Sean Jimenez, and Sean Jimenez was with us in the very earliest days of the Animation Academy. This was an assignment he had created from back then for visual development, and he went on to do many things in his career. And last I heard, he was at Disney TV Animation, working as the background design supervisor for Gravity Falls. This is the work of Aaron Horvath, another really talented artist who we had the privilege of teaching here at the Academy when he was a student. And this is copies of assignments that he had done when he was here, mostly in visual development. Last I heard, Aaron was over at Warner Brothers. He was at Comedy Central for a while. He was also at Nickelodeon, I'm pretty sure. This is the work of Philip J. Felix, and he's the elder of the Felix brothers. And all three Felix brothers came out to the animation industry and became very successful. Philip worked on Biker Mice from Mars and Kampong Boy and a whole bunch of stuff in his career. And this is something that he did when he was working at DreamWorks. This was production design for the sequel to Prince of Egypt. This is artwork for Joseph. This is work that he was doing with us when he was here as an instructor. This was background design concept for a project he was developing for MTV. They were developing an animated series called Animal Tracks, and this was development artwork that Philip had done for it, and this was development artwork as well. And the great color that you see is from Snakebite Cortez, who was a student with us in our early days and eventually became an instructor, a Photoshop instructor, magnificent colorist and artist. Yeah, this is something that nobody has seen, but you see it here. A tremendous imagination, and we always enjoy looking at this and referring to it to encourage students to create vivaciously and with a lot of imagination and variety. Here's a composition that was created by Jose Lopez. Back in the day when Jose was a student here, Jose went on to become one of the industry's leading character designers. He worked at a lot of different studios on many great projects. Last I heard, he was the character design supervisor on the Transformers. And you can see the wonderful Photoshop work that Snakebite Cortez did on top of Jose's original composition. Here's more of Jose's work. These are character design concepts he was doing in his visual development class, one of the star students from the Animation Academy over the years, and one of the very first students we had when we started in January of 1998. He was in our first class. This is the art of another student we had who came to us from Minneapolis, and this is Kelsey Mann. Wonderful concept artist, wonderful layout artist, and he wound up becoming very successful in animation. He actually wound up going to Pixar. Sometimes we get artists coming in here that just blow us away from the very first thing that they do, and this was the case with this fellow who unfortunately we lost track of. But look at what he did as one of his assignments in background design. And we keep this up here to creatively inspire our students and to honor this artist. This is great work that he did, especially in an educational environment. This is Erica Hoy, and she was with us as a young lady right out of high school, a Burbank local girl, and she did this wonderful character design and character rotation in Character Design 1 when she was here getting her portfolio ready so that she could submit it to CalArts, and guess what? Like many of our students here, she made it. This is the work of Albert Park, and Albert was here as a very young fellow, probably a teenager as I recall. Certainly impressed us with this assignment he did in Character Design 1. You can see it here as well, some of the facial expression models that he created for this character. This artist came to us from Nicaragua. We've had many international students. This was from background design, and what he did was he placed a grand piano in a swamp, and I just love that concept. This is Frank Forte, and Frank went on to become very successful in animation. Last I heard, he was working over at a studio called Bento Box, which is just down the street from here, the next block over, and he was working on a very popular Emmy Award-winning show called Bob's Burgers. The Red Star was a comic book that was created by Christian Gossett when he was a student here, way back in around 1999. It was a very successful, independently published comic that was groundbreaking in many ways, and the artist that handled this magnificent Photoshop work was Snake by Cortez. This is the art of Bridget McCarty, and she was 16 years old when she was here. She was a local Burbank high school student. She started to create this beautiful artwork, really amazing style that she was developing very early on. She wound up becoming an artist at Disneyland Galleries. Here's more of Bridget's work when she was a student, and she went on to become very successful also in the world of miniatures, creating all sorts of little accoutrements for miniature dollhouses and things like that. She also wound up becoming the official miniature artist for The Wizard of Oz at Warner Brothers. Very unique, very charming, lovely artwork. Steven Silver was a student here at the Academy at one point in his career. In our early days, he was here as a student, and then he went on to become a very accomplished art teacher in his own right. You can see work he was doing while he was attending the Academy in his days as a student here. Wonderful drawings, wonderful design. Something else from Steve Silver. Another super talented student that we had was an artist by the name of Arnold Doom. And Arnold came here as an illustrator, and he immediately started creating amazing compositions. This is from his class in background design and also visual development. This is more artwork from Arnold when he was a student at the Academy, and this was a marker study in gray tones in his background design and visual development class. Amazing work. Arnold Doom was also a very talented character designer. Here's some work that he was doing with color markers in visual development when he was a student here at the Animation Academy in Burbank. A lot of people are surprised to see this, but this is the artwork of Lorelei Beauvais when she was a student at the Animation Academy. And she was here with us for about 6 months. She was getting a portfolio ready so that she could submit it to CalArts. Very dedicated to her art, really worked diligently at improving herself. As you can see, she was a talented artist, but nowhere near what she eventually became. But this was her start, her first step on the road to becoming a tremendous artist in the industry. She is currently one of the lead production designers, visual development artists at Walt Disney Feature Films, and she's known for her work on Frozen, Wreck-It Ralph, a bunch of other things, real high-profile projects. This is the art of Ben Shoup. He really made an impression here. This is background design work that he did when he was a student at the Academy, and he came here from Wyoming. I have real good memories of him and the wonderful work he did when he was taking background design here at our school. Well, that's all the time we have for now. Thanks for watching the video. We'll be back soon with more images from the Animation Academy's Wall of Fame. In the meantime, you know what to do. Keep creating.